Hi. In this video on retirement, I'd like to talk about something which I think is crucial to whether or not your retirement will be happy or not. Now, we all know that our life is determined very much by the way our own personal philosophy of life develops over time. We come into life as a little baby, and according to the psychologists and the people who have studied these things, we know nothing. We are a clean slate. And of course, from there on, we become conditioned by our environment, by the people around us, by the significant figures in our life, our siblings, etc. And by the time we have reached even quite a young age, 7 or 8 years of age, we've often been brainwashed to the point where we are no longer really thinking clearly for ourselves. We are subject to conditioning. That's the conditioning of the world around us, the things we learn at school, the going to Sunday school, for example, the going to church, and all of these things we take upon ourselves. And then, of course, the reading, the studies, maybe at primary school, high school, even university. I might add that I've never been to university. Got accepted a couple of times and changed my mind. But that's an aside. Point is, over time, we develop a life philosophy. And this becomes very important when we get to the age of retirement. Because what is happening then? We look back on our lives. We look back on our life story. And we might think to ourselves, how have I evolved over that time? Many of us don't do that. Many of us just carry on, not thinking about life in particular, and then something happens. It could be an illness, it could be a sudden realization, it'll be something, and that's what I'm going to talk about now, or mention, because it is very important. What is it that's so important? Your beliefs. Your beliefs. Do you believe in an afterlife? Do you believe you are an immortal being? Do you believe that you are a human soul with a body rather than a body with a soul? The way we look at it is so important because in retirement we realize that our body, our physical body, and perhaps even the brain and mind which works, or the mind which works through the brain, is not what it used to be. We're getting close to the end. Now, if we believe that we are only a physical body with a brain, and the brain thinks, and that's it, then desperation starts to creep up. I'm getting near the end. What's going to happen now? It'll be nothing. It'll be blank. It'll be... And of course, angst begins if we don't believe that we are immortal beings. This is why I say it's so important to have some sort of belief, especially as we get into retirement. Because if we don't, all we're concentrating then on is how bad things are getting, and that soon they will end and we will end. If you're a complete atheist, I would say that we suffer, the atheist suffers greatly indeed, as they know they're getting towards the end of their life on planet Earth. If you're an agnostic, at least you've got some hope. I don't really know. Who knows what's going to happen now? If you're a believer, it becomes much more light. Now, if we look on the internet today on YouTube, you will see numerous, dozens, hundreds of experiences by people who have had what they call a near-death experience, where they've actually clinically died and then come back to life again. Watch some of these videos. It might put a different perspective on your own life if you are that atheist with a closed mind who thinks it's all going to end very quickly because I'm now in the final years of my retirement. As I said, this video might upset a few people. I know that. I hope it doesn't, because as I said, I think it's very, very important. The life philosophy we have and we take into our retiring years makes all the difference. If we believe that all the skills and gifts, and values that we've developed in this lifetime are carried forward, perhaps into another lifetime, then it makes all the difference to our happiness. If we believe it's all going to come to an end, then of course we suffer because of that. I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope it wasn't too much out of the ballpark as far as a retirement video is concerned.